Hello, this is Jer playing Shapes 2. Let me just show you what I built last time. And I'm going to do a quick experiment on this to try and prove it. But we're working with crystals today. So I've got this system of inputting shapes, inputting liquid, and then having this component essentially turn all of that into a crystal, which is this yellow portion right there. Doing that times 3 because each of these has 3 different layers. And then times 4 because we're able to get 4 things from one particular belt, and outputting everything together right there. So that is the goal. The thing, I do have a quick thought of how I might improve this. So I'm going to, because last time I spent all the time just making this, I'm just going to do one quick improvement to see if I can do that. And then we're going to do some goals or tasks, because last time I actually didn't get any tasks done. I have a goal of getting 34, 35, and 36 done today. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to do a little bit of planning, thinking of how I might want to improve this. We'll do that, and then we'll get to actually delivering some crystals in the vortex, which is over here. So let me take you through what I think I want, what I'd like to do is to see if I could put this in such a way that I can kind of arrange this like this, this, and this. I guess the issue is I would have to have the input to the belt right there, there, and there. And I would have the input to the liquid here, 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 here. If I did that, I could do some cross piping there, and then have this set up with the goal of not needing the lower floor. I'm just not a fan of using the lower floor. So that's the thinking. If I were to do this, then let me start off by putting in this guy like there and show you what the inputs of this would be effectively if this works out. But I want to get in liquid. Okay, that's liquid going out. That's not quite right. Liquid going in. So that'd be 1, 2. And then down here is where we'd actually be receiving the shapes. And then maybe we'll output, I guess we'll have to output on the left side. If you look at this design, we need to sit like that, all 3 layers. All right, will it be easy enough to copy one of these guys? Let's go try this out. Copy this. I think we may have a little bit more than we actually need. You know what? Maybe we'll even go as far as there. Putting that in that corner. So that should be outputting. In fact, you know what? I don't think it is a problem that we leave, we're leaving that alone, because we'll eventually want that anyways. Okay, so that is going to be 1 of the 3 that we need to output. And the thinking I have, let's combine all the liquid that comes into this floor. And I need to split this up such that this is the only one that's going to connect to this one. All the stuff on the second floor here will come in. That will be the only one that will connect to one of this will call it 2. And then the top floor, we can do section number 3 there. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of planning and we'll make our next move. So I think for my next move, I now am going to take this portion right up to here, copy that, bring that in like this. And this is where the next change is going to be. So we've got 1, 2, but I want 3, but I want this guy to be over here. So I essentially want to reverse what I have. If I go like this, send this over maybe as far as it can go, giving enough room for what I think will be allowing us to input everything. And I've got to remember, we're going to input, so these guys has to go to one of those, one of these on the second floor, and then the 3rd floor somewheres in like that. Let's try getting this to come up. Let's think. We'll may need to do some redesigning, but we'll see what we can get out of this. Use my anchor to get up to that point. And then from here, let's make sure that we save this. And maybe what I'll do is we'll just designate this as the bottom floor input to that guy. Clear this out. Go up one floor. Just copy that. It's easier to do this, this, and this, and realizing probably not exactly what I want, but let's go up on this floor. Connect that to there. Realizing now that I need to back that up. That's fine. I think we've got lots of room. Tuck this in. Get the right button. Back down here. We'll go up. And hold on. Okay, so we'll get rid of this because that used to be, so don't want to do that. That used to be taking from this side. That's no longer the case. We're going to be inputting from this side. That's our inputs. I think before I go any further, what I should do is I should input some actual liquid. Like so, just be able to see stuff flowing. Let's then take these shapes. We'll get rid of some of that stuff. Let's take the shapes. Send that in. Whoops, not the right one. Okay, so there's our shapes. Let's cut that right there. We don't see any liquid coming. I think we just have to wait for the train. All right, so that's going to allow us to actually see stuff go through. And let me just put that there with the trash so we can see things coming out of it. Let's platform trash just to accept stuff like that. Okay, and if this is all good, the only thing I don't like is how fluid pipes connect to things that it clearly does not need to. Okay, so that is one floor. Let's see if there's our yellow going into it. I just realized that not put the shapes in the right place. All right, well, I think we can continue on. This is seeming good to me so far. Let's take these guys, maybe send them over into this environment. I think the idea that I was having was this was meant to go up and over this. Let's go with that. So, which means I can get rid of you, take that out. We actually don't have the output of this going anywhere, do we? Connect that in there. That's weird. Okay, there we go. Oh, and let's just put in the actual outputs. Okay, so that should be delivering on the top floor. Now, so yeah, we'll have the top floor deliver to there. Well, we'll do that now. See if it actually will work. So we need to have one input. Let's see, whoops. Let's not destroy things I don't mean to. I think this will work. We'll see. Because I can then get you into there. Oh. I just would like to get rid of old belts that are not needed anymore. Let's take this in, send you into there. Send that into there. Okay, so that's the top floor. In terms of shapes, well, we're missing liquid. So let's do liquid then. I don't know why I'm doing the top floor before. Usually it makes sense to do the bottom floors and then do top to end. That being the case. Let's do our liquid along there. And we'll see if we can bring in some shapes here. Do that. And I can do that. That. I could go like that. 2. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Let's go. I think there must be something we can do. If I had that. Oh, shoot. That takes the pipe out. But okay. We're close, but not quite. First of all, I just noticed that that's not right. And, oh, I don't know if this actually buys us what we need, but I could do that. Which, no, doesn't really fix the problem. Why are some of these not flowing? Oh, because we don't have liquid. Right. 1, 2. Let's just get rid of those to clean that up. This is splitting off from 2. That actually... Okay, this is our goal. This is our target. We want to go from here to here. And I just left myself with not much room. Could I bring this back? I don't think I can push that way anymore. Or could I? Can't jump over there. Okay, I'm going to study this for a bit. I'll come back with hopefully what will be a solution, or I will have to backtrack some. Okay, just occurred to me, we can just go up and around like this. Then come back down and start feeding into there. Make sure that gets corrected the full way around. Okay, so that is the middle floor. And are those should be connected as long as I copy and pasted that right from earlier. We just don't have this liquid that we need to take from this line. That needs to feed into this guy here, which is on the bottom. So what's that doing? Let's get rid of that. Let's take you, which is currently not being consumed. Have you go on the bottom floor. Is there nothing in our way? That's convenient. Okay. I think we did it. There is the middle floor. Hoping to get stuff output. Yep, we are. We have stuff outputting. That just leaves the top floor then. Okay, and the top floor is all ready to go except for liquid, I think. So let's connect all these together. And where does that need? That needs to go somewhere in here. Is there anything on the bottom? Ah, there's stuff in the way right up to that point. There is a solution to this, which I think is pretty simple. Let's just take, we're talking about the top floor, right? Did there. Oh, unfortunately, Is there a way I could squeeze in there? Or I could move all this back 1. Just a little unfortunate. Or I could get them to all jump. But if I did go to the top floor, come down to the bottom floor. My goal is to get... Oh no, that liquid's not on the bottom floor. I see. It's on the middle floor. So from the top floor, down 1. Feeding into there. And I just need to make sure that I've got these all connected. Connect you. Connect you. But if we're gonna have to go further out, that was a mistake. So we'll do this. We'll do that. 2, 3, and do that. And we'll get rid of this little section here. So that needs to feed into that. Get rid of you. You. Not seeing anything flowing, a little bit concerned. I think there's some confusion down right in there. Okay, we've got yellow in all 3 sections. But why is the middle one not running? There's liquid, there's shapes. Must be something with the output. Ah! Okay. 2, 3, and go up 1, 1, 2. All right, so we have all the shapes able to come out. We've got space for the liquid. I'm hoping I have all this right, such that we get 100% output. I don't know what is going on here. Maybe we... I see it. That didn't fix it. Oh, we got to go to the top floor, that's why. Now, one thing I don't want to do is take this and copy it and paste it into my ledger structure, because if there's something wrong, I want to know now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of testing, let this run, see that, verify that we get 100% output. It looks pretty good though. I think we just have to let that link catch up, but we're at 100%. Not quite 100% down here. What's going on down there? Hold on. Oh, yep. Okay, there's an error there. I'm going to go through each one of these individually and, oh. Yeah. Need that. Okay, good. I'm going to go through each one of these individually, verify they're all at 100%, and then I'll proceed. So I am now excited. We have 100% output. And I've got what I believe, if the ledger structure works, a design I can have without the actual need of the bottom floor. So the thinking was, we'll have shapes go up. These can be combined as we go. So that is our output of our 4 right there. Now the only thing is, I will need... I think some special structures here to make this happen, including something like, not quite, yeah, that would be that was needed there. Do that there, and we'll do that there. And we don't want to have liquid jumping over shapes. We want shapes jumping over liquid. So we just want to clean cross between the liquids. They're going to be dropped off here. And you know what? Why don't we let this run? So the idea is I'd be able to have liquid go in to each one of these. And shapes, let's get rid of this. Stop feeding that guy. For shapes, 1, 2, what's going on? Oh, I see. That's actually not 1. So for shapes, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4. And connect that like that. There's... In theory, I guess I could have a single pipe connect all of these. But why not just do this? In fact, I could have a single pipe going across the whole thing for each floor. So I just have to remind myself once this is done to make sure that I copy and paste so we get the 2nd and 3rd floors. Okay, so that's going to give us all our liquid for the bottom floor. And as long as I have my thinking, the ability of getting this across. Now, again, the shapes are jumping over the liquid. So all these platforms do is just allow me to get the liquid across without bleeding into each other and such that it becomes blocked up. Okay, so we'll get you over here. The other thing I could have done is just have a bunch of the same cross sections. I just didn't think that that would look as nice. Maybe it would have been slightly easier to build, but not that this is hard. We'll finish off on this little section going 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and again, let's not forget that this is only doing the bottom floor. Copy this. Okay, so we now have 3 floors that can send liquid across and shapes. Let's come in here, do the same thing. Up 1 floor. And then again, finally over here. I think this is going to work. And I'm liking this a lot more. Just seems more... Let me just put this side by side before we go. Add a new crystal time 4. This is the old way, where I was putting shapes in and liquids there and having all this twist. And what I personally don't like is using the bottom floor. Instead, we've got liquids going down here, shapes going in here, and converging for a single output that I, in this setup, I still had to do like that. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as an old blueprint. I'll put that somewhere else, but I'm going to save this as my blueprint. And then we're going to finally use this to start to make something. The first thing actually doesn't involve shapes. It's just this little guy. Oh, some pins. Okay, taking note of that. So we are making crystals using pins. And the first step is just joining me for destroying a bunch of stuff, which seems to be a standard thing in this game. Let's see, get everything cleared up since this is delivering the old stuff. I have saved this as a blueprint over here, obviously, so we can make use of that. Get rid of all our trains. We got a bunch of trains for colors if you haven't seen earlier. So what I'm going to do is just cut all this back. And if I need, well, I will need colors. I'll be able to grab, pick and choose what I want there. Some shapes. That's not the shape that I actually want right now. Okay, so we cleared everything except for, and this is why I don't like the bottom floor part. Okay, so we cleared everything out. Now what I need to do, let's do the simple, remind myself the pins. So I will find a location where to pull in some of these guys. Okay, not too far. Let me do, let's see, a train. Shape mine. Simple. So that's going to give us our shapes. Now, the only thing is, that doesn't have the pinning. So, could either do that close. Let's do that closer to. Let's just design this to get the raw shape over. If I... What am I missing? Oh, I have to hit rail. So we'll connect this. We've got 6 locomotives there. Does not have to go far. Just stop at this point. And then unload the shape times 4. Or is there... No, there's 8, right? Not forget our pinning. We got to add some pins. So what did I call that? Push pin. Need to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. Connect you, connect you. Went a little bit further from the vortex than I probably needed, but maybe in the future things that'll be necessary. So we'll have 4 drop-offs there, 4 drop-offs there. And maybe that's it. The first set of shapes coming into here. And here is the shapes going into the pinning system. Getting their pins. It's been a while since I've ever seen green show up in the output. So it doesn't do a great job of showing you if you've got the right thing or not. I think we do. Watch that go to the vortex. And here is this shape going towards the vortex. So after this, I'm going to figure out how to make a full shape, and we'll have to do a merge. Yep. Okay, so there is that. So yeah, this is the next goal. I guess there's no pins in this case. I don't know if pins has something to do with the creation of just a single thing. I don't think it does. What I think we need is we need to have a shape. I think ideally half shape. Let's take this setup, mine this half shape. I don't think it matters what half shape. It's just gonna be something that we're gonna throw away. So let's take this, send this up, move over a little bit, just give ourselves some room. Okay, so this is gonna be half circle. This is where I think, and then let's also bring over, in this case, red. So we've got some red trains ready to go. Just that. Okay, we'll go up to here about, and then we'll go towards there. So we need to unload some red train, unload. Where did I put? Liquid train unload. Okay. I can go right there. I completely took that to the wrong place, didn't I? Okay, let's try this again. This was meant to go more in this area. Take this. Send this into there. So this will give us some red. This will give us our half shapes, which I don't think it matters now. I need to probably design something that's going to create this larger crystal, just full crystal, I guess. Let's use our new crystals times 4. So if I put in some shapes and I put in some liquid, we would have half of this thing as crystals. If I then did the same thing. Wait. I know I can destroy half of the west of when are we facing north? Okay, this is perfect. I think we want to multiply this by 2. Let's just work over on this side. In this case, maybe what I should have done. Have you go there. You go there. Now we've got twice the amount of output. The way it's set up right now, if I were to destroy the west side, let me just clear this. If I destroy the west side, it's the thing that I want to actually have, so not exactly desired. So what I'll do, let's do a 180 rotate. Platform. Shapes. Oh no, that's under turn. Rotate directly up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Combine these. In fact, why don't we just immediately do the cut? Because that would get rid of the shape side and only leave us with the crystal. So that would be a cut. Like this, this, and this. Combine there, combine there, combine there. So I think that's just going to be half the crystal. Or half the, just the side that's just the crystal. It looks like it is. Awesome. I mean, if I just can relocate or duplicate, not quite, because to reconnect these, no big deal. Then my thinking is let's do a 180 turn on one of the sides, and then we'll do the merge or stack. Why am I calling it merge? So that is our 180 anyway. So if I can just do that, and that. Okay. And then haven't looked at the stack today. That just has two inputs. I guess it doesn't matter what side gets stacked on top of each other because they're not going to be conflicting. I'm hoping this is going to work. Let's just connect this so that actually can give an output. Probably just need to wait for... Oh, no shapes. Oh, what happened here? I don't know why. The game has a problem getting that connected when you're dragging around, but let's try. Again, not a fan of using the bottom flip. I could have done a cross-section platform, but you know what? I might actually do that. I really don't like the bottom flip. Which is a belt liquid cross. So this would have... Oh. Try that again, but on the correct floor. No. That... Maybe tear. Oh no, that's fine because we've got. I was worried about this liquid becoming bottled up. Oh no, it would because I'm putting 1 of 4, and I'm only gonna have 4th amount of output. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Let's not worry about that. All right, I'm gonna let that run for a. Well, you know what? We could just design. Assuming this works. We will have, and I don't know yet whether it will, but we will have a full red crystal. Really hoping that's going to be the case. If that is the case, I could duplicate this whole process, even with the trains and everything, get 1 for blue, 1 for green, and then we'll just start stacking everything. Now we've got our system here, which I believe we no longer want pins. So let's just backtrack on where the pins are. That's pinning, right? Oh, it doesn't actually say. Yeah, that's where we do our pinning. Let's just actually cancel that because we don't want that to go through. We want to take this and stack this on top of what's coming out here. So again, assuming that we actually have something, it matters the order. So this is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the top. Have that go up there. And we'll just redirect that on like that. Oh, failure. Okay, it did not work. Did I? We've got... What's happening? No! Okay. It looks like my assumption about how to make a full... I thought for sure that's how you would do it. But if you take half of something of a crystal and try to stack it right next to it, it just disappears. Oh. This may be entire episode and just figuring out how to do that. Okay, that was a surprise. Was not expecting that. Wow. Okay, I thought for sure. Okay, then how do you do it? How do you take 2 half of crystal, or is that how you make like a... Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, clear my head, because that was a curveball I was not expecting, and I'll be back and we'll see what we can do. So I've just noticed something. The shape that we are making, oh no, I was gonna say pins on it. Oh, this is the one that had pins. Okay, I thought maybe pins protected. My assumption was maybe crystals are just delicate. And when you take a crystal and you land it on the ground, it smashes, which I guess this is depicting. I don't know if that's the logic. I thought maybe adding a pin would do it, but that would solve that particular case. But that's not going to work with this particular case because you don't have a pin and it expects me to make this. Okay. I'm probably not going to get my goal today of getting those three different tasks done. That's okay. That's okay. I clearly need to brainstorm a bit more. This is just a side note since I'm still completely confused. I'm noticing that I actually I only have half the amount of liquid being dropped off. And that's because I guess I didn't finish a refactor a long time ago where I was taking these. I originally was taking liquid, non-liquid to do some stacking, but that's just not how I'm doing things anymore. So let's just try to get this. This will at least fix this while so yeah, I'll apply that change across the board. Still haven't come up with an idea of my crystal problem. This is enjoyable because I know this is going to double the output to all the liquids that I'm going to ever have in the future. So very happy to get this piece put in. And now to the total confusion as to what's happening with my crystal. I'll start experimenting and then hopefully be able to proceed. So this is my first experiment. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work because I think I've done this before, but if I add liquid and I add a shape, it's not right belt. If I send in a shape here, will this put the crystal underneath the shape? Like I said, I'm pretty certain this is not how this works. I think I'm just going to get a regular shape with nothing underneath it. Yeah. Okay. Fail. So next thought is, do I need to stack with something else on top of this guy? So I know I point west. I would destroy the west. Well, I wouldn't want to do that because that's the actual crystal part. If I put something on top of this, let's try a stack. Let's try this. Oh no, we just want the basic stack. I haven't actually done that in a while because I do most of the blueprints. But if I come back here, stack. Is it going to matter who goes? Yes, it will. You will need to be in the bottom. Let's put you on top. Okay, so okay. It's not exactly where I was going with this. I'm realizing now I could turn that around. Okay, so there is no way to make, I'm assuming here, I'm pretty sure, a full crystal. Like a full disc. I could do 3/4, I could do a half, I've done a half, I could do a quarter, but you can't make a full crystal of things. But what you can do, you can make half of it and then tear the other part, throw the other part out, get it to stack with it. Oh no, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I could be wrong because wouldn't throwing that crystal down on the ground, smash it, or maybe the fact that there's a shape on top of it protects it somehow from being smashed. Let's just see this through. So we would want to do a turn of 180. Then we would want to do a simple cut. So if I take this, the problem is, I think, if I stack this with itself, such that one goes in there, another one would have to go through a 180, then come up into there. What's going to happen? Is that going to smash? Oh, it did. It did. It smashed. Okay. Okay, I kind of thought that was going to happen in this case, but I thought maybe not. Maybe that's how you do it. If you take a crystal and you smash it down, it's going to break. The question is, if I had, let's say I had a pin. Not that this is going to work for all what I exactly need. Put a trash right there. Just curious if a pin underneath will protect the crystal from being smashed. At least I'll learn that. Whether I can make use, whether that's useful information, I'm not entirely sure just yet. So we're adding pins. Can't quite tell. I think this guy here does not have a pin, and the next one does. So I'm thinking this one won't break. But it did. It broke. Let's have a inspection on this. So yeah, we're having pins underneath. You can't stack pins. You can stack things. Sorry. You can't stack crystals. You can have crystal on the bottom and put something on top of it, but you can't have a crystal coming down in any way, even if it had pins underneath. Really? Just for the knowledge point, let's reverse this and see if a shape, well, that applies to pins. Does it apply to shapes? Let's send the shape here in the bottom. Let's take the pin, the crystal. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. You've got a shape underneath. You can't have anything with crystals on top. And if you can't do that, how do you make this? It's giving me an impossible shape. I'm sure there's some trick that I don't know about, but in my mind right now, it's impossible. All right, I will do some more brainstorming and I'll be back. I have a theory. Oops. What am I doing? You know what? Let's just go. My thinking was this. What if, I'm not thinking this is, what in the world? Oh, I see. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try. What if we did pins? But that is the shape. And I'm curious if crystals will replace pins. We'll do that, and I guess we can just take a trash. Oh! Wait a minute. Is that actually what that is? Yeah. Oh, okay. Crystals replace pins. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna try to do this now with that knowledge. If I go back to where I produce crystals. Okay. If I put in pins before, yeah, it's pretty much just, let's put in the liquid. Let's put in the shape, but let's put in pins first. Okay, that is how you do it. That's a secret ingredient. 1, 2, 3. 4. So let's put in our shapes like this. Combine these. That would feed into there. That would feed into there. So I've got my shapes that are going to have pins. So that would be, and then if I want if I want this guy, I simply just add pins after the fact. So you know what? Well, let's get this connected first. Assuming it's going to work, but still. And then we'll do the same thing over here. How many of these do we actually have? More than one? Good. Is that actually making it through? And I will take this because effectively we need to do the same thing, but add pins after the fact, like I said. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the next goal. So we can deliver both goals at the same time for tasks. Let's have a inspection. Aha! Not getting that green icon, but I think this is it. Click on this. There it is. Okay. Okay. So that's how that's done. And then over here, I think we just have to wait for the shapes to run its course. All right. Can we go any further? Oh, I can see what where we're going to go next. First of all, we're going to need some blue. We have this pins. If I did the same thing, adding crystals after this is pinned, we get this guy here. Is there any pin? No, that's just blue itself. So you know what? Then while this is running, let's go after some blue. We'll need some green as well, but let's just we patch this up such that is not limited in half like it was before. Okay, pins are this. I did not think that was what it was going to be. I am so glad I had that random thought. Part of me was worried because I could have easily just dismissed that. I'm like, no, I've got to try it. Okay, so what am I? Oh, this is old stuff. Yeah, let me just clear that because I don't think that helps seeing that. Let's verify. Yes, okay. So that is making its way in. These guys over here, not yet. Uh-oh. Something's not right. What did I do? I wonder if that was just some of the old shapes that didn't get cleaned up. Oh, we've got... Oh, okay. That would explain it. All right, are some of them correct at least? We've got this. But that's not right, I don't think. I just do an inspection here. There's no crystal underneath. Oh, maybe because... Did I add the pins? Oh, I wish you could see the shapes when you click on a big belt. Oh, okay, we're missing the shapes, or missing the pins. So let's force a pin. Go in here. I think that will work that out. Okay, so then we've got blue. I think this is probably the only milestone I'll get done, or you know, these sets of tasks that I've got highlighted here, but that's all right. And learn something important. Where we're going next is this guy here that actually outputs something. I'm already doing pinning, so I guess I don't need to double pin. We would take our blue, in this case, send that there, and we will direct this to go in here. We'll let this actually do its... Hold on, I could. Why not? Just get our output of that going really quickly so we can move along a little bit quicker. And I think I'm just going to let that run. I can click on that. So we've got 3 more that I'm going to get done. So this is the one that I think is just going to work itself out just by the fact of adding in pins. You know what? Let's do this. Let's set up the next part, and we'll have it set up to be a double output. Okay, so we'll do the pins. What we're going to do after is connect these guys into these two, have this go there, and I think that's going to do its thing. I'll just let that run briefly. Just watching this play out, and I realized that I did not take note of the fact that number 34 is called crystals using pins. Using pins. Okay. Did not did not clue in to that, but realizing now they left a kind of clue in the name, which I've just disregarded. Anyways, let's stop sending that through since we delivered everything. Let's collect these. Go, oh, how are we gonna do this? Let's go over like this and then in and around this awkward way, but that'll work. Get this to go into those 4. And we'll get you into there. And send that into there. Now, if I understand this correctly, again, crystals using pins, we will have this object here, which has pins underneath it, correct? Yes, seeing the pin. That should be, hopefully, putting blue crystal underneath. Ah, yep. Okay. So I could let that run, but why not? First of all, clear that out. Second of all, let's get green in the area. So we'll put that right down there. Go after one of our green trains. Connect that into there. Let's just see that that worked out. Looks like it did. Why don't I get rid of that little old section? Come back in here. Okay. So this will give us some green in the area. And the way to think about this, I'm thinking, is we just need the same thing. In this case, I'll just test out my blueprint again. So the crystal times 4. Want to take this. And let's just add the pins in directly before. So platform. Push pin. And how about we connect in our liquid. And then eventually, actually, why don't I do this? Because I think if I just have one of these, let's go down, up. Will that work? No, that did not. It does not do a great job. Do not like the bottom floor. How else? My thinking is I could deliver 2 things at once, walk away, and then come back and have everything done, maybe. Okay, so let's try going down, up, and then over. Will that let me do that? Might not. Okay. Come back here, go up there, and then around. Will that work? Maybe. And maybe we don't need the double output. And what I'll do, have this go into there. Just disconnect or get rid of all that altogether. I'll verify we actually have a, of course, we're going to get this guy done soon anyways. Nice. Okay, well, in this case, maybe we should just double it up. So take this. Maybe we'll ask for that again. Let's put in our shapes. Let's put in our liquid. Let's get that to go into there. As long as both of, let's have a look over here. Do we have the right thing coming through? It looks like it to me. So green underneath, because we have pins there, the pins get replaced with a crystal. For a week in between playing this, it just had in my head that it was going to be solved via stacking. But as you see, stacking doesn't matter where the crystal is. If the crystal's on top and you drop it, it's going to break. So I think, let's just verify we've got similar thing here. Yeah, I just need to let that run. And I think I'm going to call it there for a day. But I am very happy I finally learned to look at the actual task name crystals using pins. Let's just look at the next swapper only. And starting without pins. Oh, that kind of sounds scary. Swapper only. Okay. I don't often swap. And okay, it'll be interesting. I have an idea how I think that's going to work. I'll have to see that run on another day. I'll let this run for a bit, and I'll meet you at the vortex getting close to 20,000. First set of shapes being dropped off in this final form. We are not far away. Just at the point where we're only just starting to get this side of things to be at 100%. But it doesn't matter. We're about to check this thing off. I've learned how to replace pins with crystals. Why did I think I was at... Never mind. I can't count 15. Actually, you know what? I think it's literally going to go through just as quickly if I just wait around. So let's watch that go down. 17,000. 18. I'm curious how the next step will be with the swapper. There it is. Let me just click unlock. Let's just set this up for next time. And yeah, we will investigate that. I'm quite curious, but that's something for another day. All right, that is Shapes 2. Did not go how I thought it was going to be, but we did make some progress, and I've learned a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully see you another time.